Well, families across the area are getting in the Halloween spirit by starting their trick-or-treating a few days earlier. And today in Bentonville, there was a sensory-friendly trunk-or-treating event. And 5 News reporter Rachel Williams joins us to highlight the importance of being sensory-friendly.
Halloween is an exciting night for most kids, but it can also be overwhelming to those on the autism spectrum. Earlier, I spoke with the Hope Bridge and the nonprofit Autism Involves Me, which hosted this event and shared a few tips on how you can make Halloween more inclusive.
Mario, trick or treat!
For the first time ever, a sensory-friendly trunk-or-treat was curated in Northwest Arkansas, but many people aren't aware of the meaning of sensory-friendly.
So sensory-friendly, we all have different sensory needs, and so, for example, it being dark outside and there being a lot of flashing lights can trigger something based off of sensory input, so it can cause an overwhelming feeling, for example.
The organizer says the group received a lot of community input requesting this type of event and says it's important to have an alternative for families who still want to celebrate Halloween.
We had some stickers made for kids who do decide to go trick-or-treating, and they say, please be patient, I have autism. And so just for people in the community to be aware, like there may be a child that is having a hard time speaking to you, walking up to you, and just to have patience with the different kiddos that you'll encounter.
Rachel Cox is a mother of 2 daughters. The oldest has Down syndrome and her youngest is neurodiverse. She says trick-or-treating looks different for her family.
So a lot of strobe lights, really loud music. Those are some of the houses that we would typically avoid because it's too overstimulating, not just for people that are neurodiverse, but also people like my daughter who happens to have Down syndrome.
For those who drastically decorate the exterior of their home for Halloween, Cox says to be mindful of how extreme it is.
So you always want to curate a space that is a little bit toned down than normal, a space that is not too long of a range for people to move so they don't, some folks might get tired easily or just be overwhelmed. Creating little pockets of space that somebody can just touch or feel or relax. We call these decompression areas or sensory-friendly zones.
Cox says she's grateful for this year's inclusive event, allowing her kids to enjoy Halloween.
I envision a future where my daughter can really participate in community events and more.
The mother also told me that if you see kids who aren't wearing costumes, it might be because it's too overwhelming to have one on or too stimulating to their senses. Overall, it's important to find ways to help and include kids on the holiday rather than avoiding it. Rachel Williams, 5 News.